Today, the global media, the so-called intelligent scientists of this world, and the church preachers who should be pouring out prophecies are speaking with one voice. They say, global warming is severe, we must reduce carbon emissions. And it is because humanity destroyed the environment that we are experiencing a murderous heat wave like this summer, and an extreme winter cold like this winter. They say these things as if they are presenting highly scientific data, and people are nodding their heads in agreement. Everyone, do not be deceived by this shallow lie. This is nothing more than a theatrical play put on by the global elites and the deep state to justify their digital control system climate pass. They only know one side. They are blind guides who cannot see the vast hidden side of God who moves the universe and the spiritual world. The crazy extreme weather we are experiencing this year, the suffocating heat waves and the hellish freezing cold that solidifies the ground is not caused by carbon created by humans. This is the final catastrophe of the book of Revelation, a cosmic sign of the end times, where the celestial bodies are shaken, exactly as warned by the Bible, the Apocrypha, and the greatest prophets in human history. Look at the sky. Look at the signs of the earth. The earth's axis is shaking and the oceans are twisting. Why is this happening? It is because the massive red planet, prepared by God as an instrument of judgment known since ancient times as Nibiru or Planet X, and called Wormwood by the book of Revelation, is approaching Earth at a terrifying speed. This is the very planet that appeared during the time of Noah and caused the great flood. Those who have become blind through worldly education, whose hearts are so hardened that not even a single needle can penetrate them, will dismiss this fact as a conspiracy theory and laugh. But those whose spiritual eyes are open know the truth. Behind the scenes, Satan and his puppets already know about the approach of this planet and are digging underground bunkers, preparing to hide. Today, we intend to completely unmask the truth of this immense cosmic end-time judgment through the Bible, the hidden Apocrypha, and the testimonies of the prophets. Part 2. The Celestial Convulsion and the Reality of Wormwood. First, look clearly at the records of the Scripture and the Apocrypha. When Jesus spoke of the signs of the end times, he stated that not only would there be famines and earthquakes in various places, but as the most decisive sign, and there will be signs in the sun, in the moon, and in the stars. For the powers of heaven will be shaken. Luke 21:25 through 26. What does it mean for the powers of heaven to be shaken? It means a celestial body possessing massive gravity from outside the earth enters and shatters the equilibrium of the solar system. Look at Revelation 8:10 through 11. When the third angel sounds his trumpet, what happens? A great star fell from heaven, burning like a torch, and it fell on a third of the rivers and on the springs of water. The name of the star is Wormwood. A third of the waters became wormwood, and many men died from the water, because it was made bitter. The great star burning like a torch spoken of here is the planet Nibiru, approaching as it drags a tail of red iron oxide dust behind it. Because this massive planet passes through the solar system and disrupts Earth's gravitational field, the Earth's outer and inner cores fluctuate. Its axis twists, and a hellish climate change occurs, something completely incomparable to mere El Niño or La Niña weather patterns. As the planet draws closer during the summer, a flesh-tearing heat wave pours down, as if the sunlight has become 7 times stronger. Conversely, when Earth passes behind the planet, the sunlight is blocked, and an extreme winter cold that cuts to the bone strikes. A severe polarization of weather takes place. Our Lord said, "Pray that your flight may not be in winter." Why did he say this? Because the winter cold will become utterly extreme due to these drastic climatic shifts. We must prepare solar power generators to brace for blackouts. Moving forward, blackouts will occur frequently, even in the United States. Secular experts are already warning about this. Furthermore, look at the Book of Enoch, a great book of secrets that the institutional church refuses to deal with and keeps hidden. In Enoch chapter 80, the climate and celestial upheavals of the end times are recorded with chilling accuracy. And in the days of the sinners, the years shall be shortened, and their seed shall be tardy on their lands and fields. And all things on the earth shall alter, and shall not appear in their time. And the moon shall alter her order, and not appear at her time. And in those days the sun shall be seen, and he shall journey in the evening on the extremity of the great chariot. And many chief of the stars shall transgress the order prescribed, and these shall alter their orbits and tasks, and not appear at the seasons prescribed to them. And the whole order of the stars shall be concealed from the sinners, and the thoughts of those on the earth shall err concerning them. The apocryphal book of Enoch warned thousands of years ago, in the end times, the orbits of the stars will be distorted. The cycles of the climate will be completely broken. The boundaries between summer and winter will collapse, and the sky will alter as if it has gone mad. This is precisely the phenomenon that occurs when the gravity of the massive planet Nibiru grips and squeezes the Earth. Part 3. Ancient Prophets and the Destroyer of the Kolbrin Bible. The approach of this planet Nibiru appears consistently not only in the Bible, but also in the records of ancient prophets, who possess the sharpest spiritual sight in human history. The Kolbrin Bible, an ancient document containing Egyptian records from the time of the Exodus 3,500 years ago, explicitly names this planet the Destroyer and describes it as follows. When the Destroyer appears in the heavens, it will be seen as a red glow covering the entire sky. As it approaches, the earth will rock violently. The cycles of day and night will be reversed, and extreme heat and terrifying cold will come upon it. The oceans will boil, and the waters of the land will turn red like blood. The very destroyer that shook the earth's axis during the flood of Noah and the exodus of Egypt has now completed another cycle and is approaching earth once again. Look also at the warnings of the prophets. In the 16th century, the great English prophetess Mother Shipton prophesied about the end-time climate and Nibiru. A fiery dragon will cross the sky 6 times before this earth shall die. When it approaches, all natural cycles will be broken. Mankind will tremble and cry in fear. Oceans will rise to swallow continents, and fields will burn in the winter, while snow falls in the summer. The hidden Catholic prophecies, such as the Third Secret of Fatima and the Message of Our Lady of La Salette, also clearly warned, nature is not angry because of man, but it will twist according to the signs of heaven. The winters will become colder, the summers hotter, and the entire world will suffer from famine. The destination that all these prophets are pointing to is one and the same. Beyond the clouds and the atmosphere visible to the eye, on the hidden side of the great cosmic veil, the burning red planet Nibiru is approaching like a serpent, shaking the very foundations of Earth's natural. This is the literal reality of the red dragon designated in the book of Revelation. Part 4. Conclusion. Discern the signs and arm yourself spiritually. Beloved, Watchman! Does the spiritual and cosmic mystery of why this summer's heat wave was so brutal, and why the oncoming winter cold feels so terrifying, finally make sense to you? The preachers and elders of megachurches who are trapped in an arrogance they cannot even perceive brand this great cosmic secret and the hidden truth of Satan as a heresy, and treat those who speak it as insane. Their hearts are so hardened that not even a needle can pierce them. They are wicked servants who have buried the talent. The very words of Jesus, commanding us to observe the signs of heaven. When Nibiru becomes so close that it is visible to the naked eye and the world is turned upside down, the deep state and the forces of Satan will use a deception. This is a climate crisis, therefore. For human safety, everyone must receive a biometric chip and be controlled by a digital ID. The blind tares in the church, not knowing that this is the mark of the beast, will be the very first to line up and receive it. When they deceive you in the name of science, even the church will fall for their deception, because it does not know the truth. Foolishly following them, churchgoers will say, "This weather is our fault. We must reduce carbon." Under the pretext of reducing carbon, they will restrict every farm, every food supply, every factory, and every human action. This is the exact methodology of Satan, a technology designed to express his deep hatred for humanity. They will ban everything that generates carbon, and vast populations will be left to sleep in places where electricity has vanished. Under the guise of carbon neutrality, they may completely ban and control the use of fuels like coal. How utterly wretched will the cities become when hit by blackouts while people suffer from heat strokes? This is the UN's Agenda 2030. Brainwashed by the media and broadcasts into believing that climate change is due to human fault, people have gone so mad that they claim we must stop raising cattle, pigs, and chickens, arguing that cow flatulence negatively impacts climate change. If the broadcast states it plausibly, people just blindly believe it. True, knowledgeable scientists are refuting this, exposing the claim that carbon caused climate change as an absolute lie. The fact that the climate is going mad and that summer and winter are rushing toward extreme poles is the sound of the wheels of the Lord's chariot of judgment rolling in. It is the arena of God's justice, completely purging this wicked global Babylon through the destroyer called Nibiru. This terrifying season, where the powers of heaven are shaken, is, conversely, the most definitive seal showing that the second coming of our true shepherd, Jesus Christ, is right at the door. Right now, across the world, people are capturing images of this red dragon, and bizarre metal-clashing roars are echoing from the firmament. Yet the media, the news, and governments pretend not to notice. Ultimately, they try to oppress you by constantly chanting the carbon slogan. The henchmen of Satan are saying, "Well, the end has come, so do not even think about eating meat. You created the carbon, so endure the suffering." In the face of the oncoming extreme cold and massive cataclysms, look only to the Lord, who sees the heart. I solemnly declare in the name of the Lord that you become blameless, faithful servants who prepare the way for the Lord, who is coming as the sovereign judge beyond planet Nibiru. Watch and pray. The Great Tribulation is already right before our eyes through climate collapse, economic collapse, financial collapse, currency collapse, and war. Share this truth, and let us spread it far and wide by subscribing and liking this content.